the opening. You're saying that's the door, go through it. Try not to do your turns close to the door. Okay? Give him the space, send him on if he's thinking about stopping, about turning. That's it. See if you can bring him off onto a slightly smaller circle and just hold him there for maybe a round or 2 rounds. Okay, keep your feet moving. Keep your feet moving. Okay, okay. Right hand. That's it. Well corrected. Good. Do you know what happened there?
I pulled him in second class. So
yes.
He probably never get that.
Okay, don't get too far in front of him. If you keep him walking on a little bit, it's much less tempting to get sucked into him and much harder for him to try and keep turning all the time. That's it. That's good. So he's a little bit away from the wall. Try and keep your reins in your outside hand. That's it. Don't get sucked in. Just send him on a little bit. Okay? You can see his head wanting to turn away to the wall because you're slightly wanting to creep across at that side of the pen. That's much better. Okay, now let your lines run through your hands and send them back out to the wall. Push with your body, not walking towards him, just push. Yeah, good. Now you can play with his speed a little bit. Do you want to see if you can get him up into a canter for a few paces? Yeah? So it can be both lines or it can be that inside line. But just whatever you do, you mean it, and then you give him the release when you've got it. And you keep your feet walking. That's it.
That is a funny canter.
It's so cute, isn't it?
It is a very strange looking gait. See if you can push him on a little bit more. Keep your feet moving. Yeah. There you go.
It makes you laugh.
And you can bring him back down to a trot. Nice. So it's a little bit of line pressure, and it's also your body. And you're kind of just thinking about what would I really want if I was going to ride him. Don't go and get on. But if you were preparing him for a rider, what would you want him to be like? So we can go for a turn and do a canter in the other direction. With that other hand, other hand, other hand, other hand. Yay! Keep moving, don't get too far in front. That's it. Okay. Bring him off the wall. Don't get too far in front, that's why he's trying to go back. So come back into your driving position. Push him forwards. That's it. Good. Okay, you're going to reach down that outside line. That's it. Step across. Good. Good turn. Let the line down. And then celebrate with him. Send him on. Canter, canter, canter. Walk, walk, walk. Yay! There you go. Let your lines run through your hands. That's good. That's a nice amount of tension. You don't want sort of more than that. Give a little like positive inside that. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see if you can send him up again. And bring him back down. Give a little pressure on your lines. That's nice. That's really nice. Okay. So you can move a little bit further behind him so you're in more of a driving position. And see if you can turn him maybe across the school. Go for a figure of 8 or something. You could be a little bit closer. That's it. Give him space. Reach down that line with your hand on top. That's it. Pass it to your other hand. Good. And reach down that line. Very nice. Well done. Let's go for another one of those because I think if you get a nice clean one, that will be a really nice place to think about finishing. Good. Give him the space. to a spot on the wall and we're just going to ask him to stop and back up. That's it. Very nice. Hold it. Good. A little bit more. So you can do quite a few steps. And release. Good. So you can just take your lines apart. Or you want to do one more. That's it. You can drop that. Just drop it. That's it. Just go up to his head and give him a rub. Very nice session. Well done. He's like, oh, I don't normally get this much cuddles. Okay? Okay, so we can unclip that line, the one that you're holding. Just hold the other one. Once you do that, yeah. And you're going to clip it back on so you've got something to hold him with. And when you clip, before you go around, when you clip that one back on, you can make it easier for yourself by sticking the ring back under the bridle. So hold the other line. You've got to do it one-handed. It might be easier if you hold the other line with your left hand and do it with that one. That's it. So that then when you take your bridle off, it just comes straight off. Keep a hold of that line. So it might help if you held it under the reins. Okay, now just drop it. Okay. And now she's thinking about preparing. Okay, so the hobble's going to come off now. So it's exactly the same order, just reversed. And the only real way to get it in your head is just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Muscle memory. So you can let that fall. Okay. You can just drop that. We'll pick it up for you. Okay. So you might want to, you can either run up your stirrups or you can leave them. You just got to judge your horse. So if he's, if it was a really big deal for him to stand still and he doesn't like all the flapping and everything, you might just quickly get it all off and not worry about that. If it's more about your horse getting used to all these things, or he's broke and really, really well handled, then you can take your time and run up your stirrups and things like that. It's up to you to start to read them. Okay? So you're going to do that. No, leave it. Come round to this side. Yeah? And now you're going to unbuckle it. Good. You can pass it to yourself under the neck. There you go. And then just drop it on them. And again, if your horse is worried about those reins hanging in front of his legs, then you might keep hold of them. If he's not, like Sancho isn't, just drop them. Okay? So you can just take it straight off. Sancho, there. And just drop it out behind you. There you go. Okay. Now you remember the order that it all went on in? So that's right. There you go. And then it's going to be click. Yeah. Slowly go down. That's it. And you can pass that up to yourself over his neck like you did with the reins, so that then it's already on top of the saddle for when you take it off. Yeah. Right on the back of the saddle. Yeah, there you go. And you're just going to slide your saddle off again and catch your girth as it comes off. on the floor. I know that was hard for me too, coming from a background of expensive saddles. Okay, so now you can just unclip him and just enjoy your quality time. Okay. And you can come over here, or you can coil your lines up and get your tackle neat, whatever you feel like. Do you have any questions about it at all?
I don't think so.
Yeah? What's one thing you really liked about how it went?
On the toes.
Yeah? Good. You should feel happy with that. Can you think of anything that you'd like to work on a little bit more?
Not like pressing area.
Yeah.
Because he decides to turn when I go this way. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, so just giving him the space to turn